Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Crypto Niggas, man. I'm just jumping in real quick because, as you know, in the Veve community, we had some recent updates. We had a couple big videos that's filled with a lot of lovely information. Really, I mean by lovely information, saying that if you are a Veve follower, believer, it just kind of refuels your long-term goals and your long-term objectives to kind of help you not pay attention to the current market. Even though if you're paying attention to the macro market, meaning the world markets, all the markets across the globe, basically you'll know that Veve is not suffering from something that's just unique to Veve. So anyway, I'm making this video because, as you see in the title, we want to talk about Disney or other major IPs leaving Veve. Now, my most viewed video to date is the video that I dropped saying that Disney will leave Veve, stating basically how Disney leaving Veve and maybe creating their own platform and things of that nature is pretty much inevitable. Now, we all kind of feel that way, but I compared in that video them being basically similar to Netflix. Now, in this recent update, Kahn came out and kind of said that he never said that Veve would be similar to Netflix. I'm pretty sure the community will dive into videos and see if those words were said, distinctively. But at the same time, he did compare it to Walmart, and he brought that up again, and he cleared that up, saying that he meant as far as sales volume since goes as far as Walmart. And yes, Walmart does a lot of sales all the time. Now, the knock he had on Netflix was saying that he doesn't necessarily know what to do. And I see that with other places and everything, and I didn't think about this being a strategic thing with Veve. I'm getting a little bit off my original subject, but I want to touch on it, is that every drop does have some type of marketing behind it. It gets its own attention for a brief moment versus other platforms you might see where things are just there and you can just shop, you might not know it's there, so that is kind of a good thing. But anyway, back to my main point is that around the 40-minute mark of that video, 40-minute, 38-minute mark, you can skip it there or recall. Again, in my last video when I talked about Disney leaving, and I spoke about how Veve in a sense can survive, can still maintain, just as Netflix have when Disney pulled their licenses and everything like that. Similar to Netflix, I stated that Netflix, as you see, they started to create their own material. They start having their own shows. They start having their own movies. And people as movie watchers and TV show watchers watch Netflix series. I sometimes really like the fact that I see that red N on the cover art, and I'll click on that show or at least give it a try, because Netflix tend to have, for me, succeeded a lot in making very good content. Now, around that 38-minute mark, Reese asked the question, have they thought about developing their own IP? So that's what I'm saying. I believe the Veve letters was in a sense a test run, something small of that. But I believe that Veve will get to a point where we are collecting straight up Veve IP collectibles. Now, I don't know if they'll share these elsewhere, but just like with Netflix, it's not necessarily Netflix employees who are just going out there to produce this material. Now, they might find an existing show or series or whatever and buy it from the creators, or they might hire existing good producers. Now, equate that to Veve. Veve can do the same thing. Veve, listen to the artists that work with Veve and pay attention to David Yu. They have real deal relationships with creatives, with top creatives and creators. It is no problem, I believe, for David Yu and his Veve platform to go and work with known artists such as Run English, even a Scotty Young. I'm hoping that we see a one-of-one of like an Alex Ross piece. I think that would do tremendous. Of course, a Todd one-on-one would do tremendous in the current community, because that's all y'all care about is Todd McFarlane. But anyway, we can go on for that stuff for days anyway, though. But it is no problem. Imagine them creating a unique character. I know we saw that the David Yu epical regal character. I ain't talking that and everything like that, but just unique characters, and then you combine also the factor of their relationships that they have with the experience. Kahn, as long as we're blessed to continue to have Kahn is already experienced taking things that is not known and marketing it and building it to become known and becoming big toys, big IP. He did it with Pokemon. We already know that and understand that. He did it with Cabbage Patch Dolls. The Cabbage Patch Dolls was nothing. I'm from Georgia, born and raised. I didn't even know it was from Georgia, but I remember listening to his interviews a long time ago, and you look into it, he found it from somebody who was creating it somewhere in Georgia. I forgot the city in Georgia. It wasn't Atlanta. It wasn't a major city in Georgia. Found it, discovered the man who was making those and everything. He got it. They did all the marketing and stuff behind it. Go back for yourself, do your own research. It's a Netflix series, talk about the cartoons that made us. One thing that I learned about, like, say, G.I. Joe cartoons growing up or whatnot or whatever, they had the I want to say, which one came first? The you'll think they had the want to say the toys. They made the toys after the success of the cartoons, right? That you think like, oh, but what it is, they already had the toys. Okay, they had these toys that they knew they wanted to sell, so they went and created these other things to drum up the interest, for that certain toy. And Kahn's been around, like, he's an OG in this thing, so I don't see it being an issue or a problem down the line. Now again, you got to get out of your get rich by the end of this year, 2022. Now, I'm not even thinking about this decade, honestly, and like a lot of my crypto plays, me doing things with Veve, I'm thinking about the 2030s. Put yourself in the 2030s. The 2030s are going to be wild. A lot of people are going to be looking back in the next decade, wishing that they did a lot of things back in the 20s, the 2020s and stuff like that, all right? We're setting ourselves up here, though. But in the 2030s, okay? So they can start, it ain't got to be this year, it can be another year or two or whatever, or they can already have a collectible per se, and they start developing, like I said, a small cartoon. Maybe the cartoon develops and it's an NFT in itself or whatever. This is all the speculation in itself, of course, though. But you push that cartoon, of course, it won't necessarily be for adults. You'll be pushing it for kids or things of that nature, or youth or younger people and stuff. They might have things for all ages and things of that nature, but I see it being no issue or no problem being able to do that. Like, it shouldn't be hard for this team with this experience and its connections to be able to do that. But anyway, I don't want this video to go too long. Just jump on, talk a few seconds. If there's noise or anything like that, I apologize. As you see, I'm in my vehicle recording from my phone. If you like this, hit the like button, subscribe please, and comment your thoughts. Let me know what it is that you think. I'm out. Take it easy. I'll be back with a lot more, because we got a lot of things, man. We got a lot of nuggets in these videos that they just dropped recently. But again, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Be easy. Take care.